Ahoy, Hexicans! I am your captain. It is mutiny time. We have taken over the ship, and apparently, the captain is at sea. He has jumped over the ship. We have no idea how to find him, so we're just gonna do it live. Everybody, I'm just gonna share the show. And we're gonna bring everybody on board who wants to talk. This is your show, just as always. Let me find my bearings real quick. I don't know where is starboard and where is everything else. Let's get the stream link for everybody. I'm gonna go put it here. Video link and join link. And it doesn't help that my cat is here. Thank you. Jump away. I call it the mutiny stream. Everybody, help me out and join me. I'm going to share it on Telegram first. Let's get it to everybody. Trading chat, Hex Pro, PulseX, send. And here you go. Here is the join link for everyone else in the chat. Please join me, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here on Fridays. Especially not in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. here. I hope my microphone is even on, actually. And there is Johnny Chaos in the Matrix green screen fashion. What's going on? half invisible.
I'm invisible.
So
worth $1 million.
let me just catch up on the stream real quick. So yeah, send it on Twitter. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. That's a good idea. Okay, here we go.
Well, I was telling you to send it to me on Twitter if you were like not, because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on stream, but that works too.
And tweet it on Twitter as well for everybody to see. Eagle Eye, what's up, fam? Robert Cayley, hello, Hexican, says Doug. Doug is always around. Everybody just jumped over from the Great Ladies stream. We had the crochet girl Miriam on it. Makeitmiriam.com, I believe, is her website. Had some good stories to tell everybody. Robert, it's my 30th birthday today. Another year old, possibly a little wiser. That's still 2 15-year stakes you got in you.
Happy birthday, Robert.
ID is joining us. Welcome, Identity.
How's everyone doing? Happy Friday.
Oh, filling in space, man. Filling in space. Tussbomb was like, no.
Part of it.
Rura, no, Captain. Yeah, we've taken over the ship, yes. What do you mean late? I'm like,
I thought you guys were joking about that.
4 days early for my stream.
Oh, Captain's on a boat right now with the rest of the Hexican crew. And,
yeah, I get pictures of that actually. We can show pictures. I mean, they've been already shown everywhere. I'm actually surprised that you are not on the cruise. What happened, Johnny?
I'm not getting on a little boat out in the middle of nowhere surrounded by sharks. Y'all crazy. Trapped with all those people on a boat. Can't go anywhere. Can't hide anywhere. If somebody gets sick or the food's bad or whatever, man. I don't like that whole trap thing. No. not for me.
And you, Identity, would you go on a cruise? Well,
I thought about it.
you got
I've never been on a cruise. Like when I used to be in Puerto Rico, I used to work in Old San Juan. We used to get all the cruise ship docking on Mondays. But that's as far as I've gotten on a cruise. Never been. So I thought about it this time, but didn't do it. So I had to stay on port.
They tried.
It was even
They
Puerto
tried.
Rico. No, it's like a port, right? It's a port city. So
yeah, that's what it meant. Rich port. That's what it meant. Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, Rico. Yeah, rich. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that was when the Spanish got there and all this stuff. I guess they found something in San Juan. You know, like maybe gold or something. I'm not sure.
There they are. Look at them.
There you go.
Partying. Oh, it sounds.
Oh, there's way more people than I thought. There you go.
That's a few million people, a few million dollars sitting in one place.
Quite a few $1 million sitting in one place.
I can have my cake and eat it too. Let's say great stream, Cyrilena. Yeah, that was a good stream before. Great stream. Bullish in the background. More kudos on the ladies' night.
Oh, nice.
Imagine they left us hanging here in the dead stream with no host. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? DB Cooper, let's do this. Hello, you all. Everybody, join in. Join in. We still have 6 more spaces. Yeah, here's the stream link again for everybody. Tony, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm just a place filler. I'm here because I was summoned by the Dust Bomb, and I've already done a 5-hour stream today, which I was 3 hours of, and I went into a tangent, which probably took up most of the 3 hours. So I'm pretty spent.
Yo, Miriam is in the chat. Miriam, you still have some explaining to do. I hope she's still here. Miriam, we need answers. What is this? Tell us, join us. We need the full story on this. And yeah, also Miriam.
Actually, it's funny she's doing the crochet stuff. I met a girl that does crochet horror stuff, like voodoo dolls and giant spiders and stuff like that. And I bought a couple of her dolls at the convention.
There you go.
I bought a couple dolls at her convention that I gave to my kids, so that was kind of cool. And actually, I'm gonna hire her to do a whole bunch of stuff for the shop. It's neat. We got a Hexican that does that kind of sort of work too.
And it's the first one as well after like 3 years, right? I didn't see any. Like, did we have any other crochet stuff? Hey, look at that, Crypto Millionaire.
Hey, what's up, Corey?
He's back.
How we doing, man?
And good.
Friday night.
I thought I done scared you off from earlier.
Oh man, I was coming on to invite you on our show.
Mm.
See if you want to come on sometime and speak some of that great game theory that you were spitting today.
Was it game theory?
Oh, look, we got more background information. It's a pillow. The butt is a pillow.
There you go.
Uh-huh. Sure it is.
Okay.
That's an interesting shaped pillow there.
Yeah, it is.
That pillow got back.
Great crochet items and good stream, by the way. At Make It Miriam. Crypto back in the day. Yes, we caught up. Okay. Let's go. Topics. We have to put them up on the fly.
You guys go to the Hex conference in Miami coming up? No,
It's
Johnny.
Miami.
ID.
I'm not going. No.
Who's going to this, man?
I think there was a few
Miami.
people that were
Far.
going, but yeah,
I'll be
I
there.
tried to not do the public thing that much.
And then I'm going to Puerto Rico right after that.
Well, Dust Bomb's got to skip across the pond to do that. Do anything over here anyway. So, speaking of which,
I was pondering if I
didn't
should go to that weird block convention in the south in Aragav, but not too pumped about it.
Yeah, I was going to joke and say, well, you didn't send me a widget, man. How come I didn't get one of those widgets? the little stampers.
I think I tried to contact you and get you one.
I don't think so,
Didn't
buddy.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. No way.
No.
We'll all take one.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I just wanted to pick on you about it because I saw everybody thinking Dust Bomb.
I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up.
Brian, good old Brian McGruger, man. He keeps sending me gifties.
Nice.
I feel like a celebrity. I get these cool little gifties every now and then. I had the one guy that did. Now I paid for it. I did pay for it, but I had the one guy
nice.
that.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, all right, you suckered me in. I'll pay $100 for a painting. It's all good.
Nice.
I never had anybody paint a picture of me before, so kind of sucked me in. But it's cool, man. I guess it's really bizarre to to just go on and go on shows and just talk about stuff, and people like it. It's weird.
So is that a yes? You'll come on our show if I send you a DM on Twitter?
Corey, after PulseChain launches, I'll do a little loopy tour. I got Corey Costa wants me on his show. Crypto7 wants me on his show.
Nice.
I forget.
We had ID block on. ID was good, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Everybody reaches out to get you on the shows and stuff, and it's like, God, guys, it's like I try to do it because I try to help people promote their channels and everything, because if I can help you guys promote your channels, that's less work I got to do later.
True.
And I'm cool with that. So yeah, I'll do it sometime here in May after PulseChain launches, which it's going to be May.
That's what I believe.
Yes, it looks like we're so close.
I believe mid-May, man. Richard wasn't wrong.
Nope. So my new thing is more than 2 weeks, less than 4. That's where we're at. So I think the 2 weeks, and we get to use the 2 weeks and the 4 weeks. It's more than 2 weeks, but less than 4. I think we'll be there. And I've been debating because people have been saying, in particular, some of our cute little blonde friends were saying, well, it could be launched anytime. I said, yeah, well, I mean, she's following that stuff and everything, but that would mean they're running it parallel. Oh, God, snail. That would mean they're running two tests, there are 2 nets parallel. If they're brewing it up. And I would think after adding Shanghai, you'd probably want to at least, let it run for a week to make sure that it's not going to screw up. And then it takes about a week to spool up the new chain, which we saw from the transition from 3 to 4. So it's got to be, you got to figure it's got to be a minimum of 2 weeks. It's not going to be like any second. It's got to be a minimum of 2 weeks, but probably not more than 4. Is my best guess.
Super exciting.
Yeah. Last night I checked that they were messing with the Genesis block.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
On the GitLab you were looking, or on the?
Yeah, on the GitLab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably what Katie's looking at is the fact that they're messing with the Genesis block. That's why
Mhm.
she's kind of thinking, I don't know, could be any time.
There you go.
All I know is the time is ticking out before you lose your 2-for-1 deal, and then you're going to have to pick a chain.
Yeah.
There you go. Great point.
And that is fine. So you selling bastards, just sell your little hearts out right now, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Just sell your little hearts out right now. Go ahead, dump it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Give me
D,
one more
D5, I'm
Did you see
calling
that
you
18
out.
million sell?
D5, he's got his bag of 90 million. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Dump it right now. Just let it go. It's all good. We're good.
It'd be nice if it was like a big payday event, like, the last 48 hours before BPD, they start dumping.
That's what this is like. This is really, really highly reminiscent of Big Payday without the fear.
Exactly.
I've got like
we've been
zero
here. We
fear.
know what it'll do.
Yeah.
Great
I've
point.
got absolute zero fear. When Big Payday hit and it started dumping, I mean,
You're like, oh,
man, that was horrid.
yeah.
You had the most known influencers that we had. They were like running around going, "Ooh, this is bad. This is bad." Nothing but gloom and doom and dark clouds
Yeah.
hanging over your head the whole time, and they're just, "This is bad. If I were you, I'd get out too. You better get out. This might be your last chance before it all gets rugged." And it was scary. And
It
then
was.
after Big Payday, then we had all the coins released, and then they dumped again, and then
Yeah.
forget it.
At that point, Big Payday, I was like, I was in no turning back because I was already like 70 something days, like all in. You know what I mean? So it was like, at that point, it was
Meanwhile,
kind of like, so what's happening? Like, I remember like messaging Hexa like 48 hours on Facebook, like, why are people dumping pre-BPD? What's going on? Like, at that point, like, the OA hadn't even staked yet. Like, later, that was all like, no. My
Oh, dude,
300%.
yeah, when the OA staked and everybody got all pissed
meanwhile,
off.
everybody was sitting there
Mhm.
during the streams, all the Hexicans, and they were just waiting for it, just sniping that. And the
Yes.
people
Oh,
doing
yeah.
live stream during BPD were like, "I'll be right back."
Oh,
Oh
Hexa
no,
got
Hector
one
did it
live,
online.
bro.
He caught the falling knife and caught the very
Yeah.
bottom on live stream. And
That was
The
impressive
juicy
from a market order.
0.2.
now we did party on Big Payday. We had our 24-hour stream and we partied on Big Payday. And even when the price was going down, we were still happy.
Yeah.
But then again, even though it was dumping, the price was still up from AA. It was still up from purchase prices that we made in the AA way early.
Yeah.
So most of us were still up, and it wasn't really massive amounts of money then. We were just having a good old time.
Yeah.
But
like catch the
was
dip
it scary
time.
before Big Payday? Yeah. Is it scary now?
Everybody was also still dreaming of 1 cent at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 cent was
Everybody
was
that
like,
was like the goal,
Yeah.
the goal that could never be reached. 1 cent was the dream.
yeah. Didn't you know that
Right.
make the market cap way too high, and it was just absolutely impossible? Totally ridiculous to think that Hex could ever hit a penny because market cap would be too high. And don't you know that market cap, it holds all reality, even though it's an arbitrary number that means absolutely jack shit.
True.
So that's what we were told then. It's just like, people say pulse at a penny. That can't happen because there's 1 trillion coins. Okay. Education
Motley was
time.
streaming. I still have the
Available
red box on
supply
my green screen
matters.
while I was first pumping my Chinese-made candelabra.
Available supply matters. It's not total supply, it's available supply. There's lots of diamonds in the ground. Nobody counts those because they're not on blockchain. What do you count? You count the diamonds that are in the case for sale. That's what you count.
Well,
So-
it's the same in real estate, Johnny. You only count what's on the MLS. You don't count all the houses people live in.
Yeah.
That's not the inventory. Inventory is not all the houses. Inventory is what's on market, what's
Yep.
being sold.
And if all the houses were for sale,
It'll go to zero.
Prices, right?
Go to zero.
You can only account the available supply, but the problem is people have been sponsored by these market cap sites for so long to send their viewership to these market cap sites. They have ingrained the importance of market cap into people's heads that it actually matters in crypto, and it doesn't. It's available supply. That's what makes the difference. And we're just going to have to keep saying it until people learn it.
Yeah.
I mean, a good example of that is I was picking on Sticker Guy today because Sticker Guy made his own coin and he's been selling his coin to himself until
buying
he's
his
able
own
to pump
coin.
the price up the God knows what. And when you have, people are like, centralization's a problem. No, actually, centralization is good. If there's less coins in actual circulation and it's in hands of a person that doesn't need to sell, you can get high price performance. How do you think BNB does it? That's exactly how BNB does it.
Mm-hmm.
They own 99.9% of all the coins. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. I bet you can't find it now because they changed it the minute I pointed that shit out. They changed it, but I've got a screenshot where the top 100 wallets owned 99.25% of all the coins in the top 100 wallets. That's how you keep a price point. Because if nobody's selling, it doesn't matter if nobody's buying. Because you're able to hold that price point if you hold all the coins. And if you bought it up, if everybody sold their coins back to you, you can hold that price up there, and that's what they do. There isn't a single coin in the ERC20s that isn't 80 to 90% owned by the top 100 wallets. Hexo proved it. He's got a whole list. But you know what? Nobody ever asks those questions. Nobody takes that into consideration. Everyone's got a pointed hex. Why? Because we're transparent. We tell you what's up. This is where I'm pausing so everybody else can talk so I don't steamroll people.
I don't have anything to say. I'm boring.
So what are your thoughts, Jenny, after we launch? Like, do you think it'll be just like Hex in the first couple weeks, couple months, or you think because most of this influencers like Ivan and BitBoy and all these guys, you could tell they got bags, you think they'll pump it all the way, or it'll be like BitBoy, they just get their 2-3x and then they leave and FUD?
I don't know.
BitBoy has re-added his portfolio with Hex.
Yeah.
He's even doing
his meme coin portfolio. Yeah, it's going to be
coin portfolio.
his meme coin. Yeah, exactly. Meme coin.
But that's okay. That's okay because
that's publicity. Though
every time he checks his meme portfolio, the truth is going to be revealed, and that's okay.
It'll be his number one coin there.
Let the coin do the talking. We don't have to support him. We don't have to like him. We don't have to argue with him. We don't have to do nothing. He also said that XRP is going to be the number one performing coin this year, too. I caught a video where he said that, and I'm like, that's so good. He thinks
Can you
XRP
imagine?
is going to flip Ethereum and Bitcoin? Yeah.
Can you imagine it goes into like the year 1 and year 1.5 of the bull market, and you look at the portfolio, and it's like tiny gains for everything else, and then Hex is like the giant candle in the comparison.
Well, to start out with,
or then he has to diversify. It's like, oh yeah, I had to like put a little bit of this one to bring it back in line with everything else, but I have to like keep diversifying on that one.
That's always the narrative of the influencers.
Keep diversifying.
Yeah. When the portfolio goes too green on one side.
Yeah, there's gonna be some shifty, but people are gonna catch it. So that's all we really care about. We just care that the visibility is there, and good. Hopefully people will see it. I think the big deal right now is that last video from Ivan on Tech, where his guy Phil that from Morales Money does the top 5 coins. Did you guys
from
see
his
that?
academy?
Yeah.
So, and the last coin is Hex, and literally he told the truth. He called out CoinMarketCap for their gatekeeping and CoinGecko for their
Oh, nice.
gatekeeping.
Wow.
He showed the actual diluted market cap, and he even talked about the T-share rate and showed the T-share charge and on how it always goes up. So you couldn't have asked for a better review possible to that audience. Now look, I'm not in the worship of mainstream influencers. I still don't enjoy the whole shilling the Bybit link and sending people to their utter doom.
True.
But Ivan has been not
Fair.
resistant, but maybe just kind of stayed away from it because that seemed to be the popular thing to do because he's kind of non-confrontational. But he has never really put us down. So
Great point. Yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. He's never put us down, and he has given Richard a platform to speak and at least put that through.
Right.
He respects
Like,
the pump. That's what he always says.
Yeah,
well, I mean, like even from the start,
respect
he
the
would
pump,
say
so
that
it will respect your own coin.
he would kind of say that. Well, Hex at least is not a scam, which is it's sad because back then I wish he would have given like a full review.
Mhm.
So if they're doing that now, good. You know, it might have been 3 years late, but it's just that back then, I'm sure Johnny remembers that Richard went to a bunch of places all through 2019, pre-launch of Hex, and everything was a fight. Everything was
Oh,
just
absolutely.
like, all right, well, tell us about your scam over here, and then we're like, whoa, is that the way of like starting an interview? Like, seriously, bro? Like, I had never seen anyone
Like 33
treated
videos.
that way. Yes, sir. Exactly. I mean, it was like that. It was like everywhere that he would go. Like, I remember 2019. The best thing that I did was just at the end of it when I was just expecting them to shift because they never went to the websites, they never tried anything. The best thing I did was just unfollowed everyone. I mean, I was lucky, I guess, that I did that, but back then I was just following too many people.
And there were waves too, right? So
Yeah.
it was never just one person. It seemed like organized waves of
It
negative
was.
reviews.
It was. You know that later, if we found out that they had these little, like an influencer group, they had
Yep.
like an influencer group that not only they, that's that same group that came up with that. Remember that chart that they had all these prices and stuff? They actually had like a Telegram group.
Mm-hmm.
So they were. I mean, it was organized. I mean,
Yep. And there was the batch that hit TikTok, which we addressed.
yeah.
But now Tone and his lawyer buddies that attacked Richard on launch
Oh, I
day.
remember that.
That was a result of Richard totally destroying Tone in the live
Yeah, I
debate
remember that
at
one.
the
A
at the
debate.
show.
I don't know
Oh,
if
this
you
is
can
an
see
old
that,
one.
but
This
that's
is
What's
where
this? Like
Richard
Skepticism
lost
February
best
20,
because he didn't
February
have one.
2018.
February 4th, 2018. Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
this.
super long ago.
This is the episode I remember that I started questioning Ivan because Richard told him about TA and he kind of said like, "Oh, TA's not real." I was like, "Ooh, I'm following Ivan way too close." Like at that point, we might have been following Richard since I don't know, like a year, like May 2017 when he went to like Bitcoin Uncensored to talk to what's his face
Right.
No, this was way before that. Bitcoin Uncensored would have been oh my, I forgot his name. Like that show doesn't even exist anymore. That's I mean, I think Motley's the one that has like a little clip of that interview. But it was like an hour something interview and like Motley has maybe like a clip, maybe 5 minutes. But every time I've been trying to look for it, his name is
The one with
Chris
DJ,
DeRose is his name. No, it's called like
Chris
Chris.
DeRose. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have both streams. They're still
No,
up. I have them.
are you serious,
Yeah,
bro? You need to make available that stream. It's like an
I am
hour,
a
10
collector
minutes
of
stream.
garbage of
So it's called
history.
like
I have everything.
Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll with Richard Hart, something like that. Oh, dude, you need to make that thing available, dude. The community needs to
It
see
is
that,
available.
bro.
You don't need me for
I've
that.
never seen it.
Yeah,
Dude, then you need to
streamers.
see it, bro.
I've
That's the
never seen
interview that I saw him because I used to follow a bunch of Bitcoin. You know, back then it was either like Bitcoin or shit coins. So
Right.
and it's just like I remember like watching this dude talking about delayed gratification and all this stuff. And I remember like back then I used to waste so much time on video games and stuff. So I thought I was doing something that was like healthy or like not destructive, like playing for like 5 hours a day and stuff. And yeah, I learned I used that time, to like get healthier and lose some weight, and then, just absorb a bunch of information, seek information out, and it worked out really good.
Paul Sachs was saying that Sami backed up the list of how centralized is your coin today. Just so you know, the list that Sami used was Hexo's hands typing out those little numbers for hours and hours.
The tiny hands.
He literally went through. No, he did it with his baby hands. He was practicing. So anyway, he actually made that list and put it out there. He did all the research, and that's not even the first time he's done it. That's like the third time he's done it, because we've been trying to explain to people that while they're pointing the fingers at us, they're not realizing that every ERC20 token, it's so easy to do. Just people rather believe what they read instead of actually doing their own research, and they don't know how to do their own research. So, I put videos out myself showing how you go to etherscan.io, you select tokens, you select holders, and then boom, there it is. There's all the information that you need. You get the top 100 wallets, you get to see what their holders are, what their allocations are, and you can see the concentration of the coins. So, what's his name? Damn it. Tom Gillespie was running around the event and talking to people at the event, talking about decentralization. And everybody used decentralization like it's some kind of buzzword. But everything that they were mentioning was actually quite centralized. And, he quickly realized, he's not a dumb guy. He plays kind of a goof, but he's not a dumb guy. He quickly realized, he's like, but isn't that centralization? Because you put your stuff on somebody else's sites to have it listed. Isn't that centralization? And they're like, well, yeah, I guess we never really thought about it like that. It's like, yeah. So decentralization and crypto for the majority is actually just a buzzword. It's a narrative, but the reality is, in order for things to succeed, the fair and even distributions don't actually work well. The ones that actually work well are the ones that start out with centralized control, just like Bitcoin did in the very beginning when Satoshi owned the majority of the coins and he rationed out coins, right? That's what had to be done. You had to have somebody that was willing to be in a position where they didn't need to sell or didn't have to sell, didn't have a desire to sell, and wanted to back their own project. You have to have that, because if you give the plebs all the coins, then guess what happens? You end up with unfair distribution, and you end up with whales owning a majority regardless, because it's just how it works. It's somebody was talking about that law today called Parada's law or whatever, and that's just really how things end up. Sorry for the deep rant, guys. I'm done.
So good stuff.
So quiet.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
shut up.
sorry, I'm still searching for the stream. So I got like 277 videos of Richard
I
Hart
think on your comment earlier, I think there will be dumping after launch because of the influencers who did sacrifice for people who, got in who were necessarily,
But dump to what?
I don't know.
This is the trick. What are they going to dump to? On a native chain, the only thing you can dump for is the native token, right? Because there's no pre-bridge. What are they going to dump for? They're not dumping for USDT.
I hadn't thought of that.
So it gets even better. It gets even better.
They're stuck on our side.
It won't be long before you have wrapped USDC over there, and then you have the algorithmic stable coins that are being launching over there. They'll have ways of getting out.
Right.
Eventually.
And how hard does Pulse pump to begin with? Because everybody's dumping all their coins for Pulse. before they even get a chance to dump it for USDC. So the other thing is, what do you dump it for when there's no bridge? The only coins that you expect to have value. What are the only coins that you expect to have value over there? Hex, Pulse, PulseX. What are you going to dump it for? Well, if you dump it for any of those and they're all linked together, they all pump. So here's another thing, right? So people say Ethereum side's going to dump. Well, if you pair the hexes, guess what happens?
Or at least we get higher APY.
Right.
If you pair the hexes, it doesn't really make sense to dump it when you can just transfer it. There's no reason to sell it for USDC and get less hex when you transfer it over. Doesn't make sense. So if you want to dump your east side, you would just bridge it over and then trade it. Trade hex for hex. If the pool's solid, you're good. You got a universal conduit. If hex doesn't do it, then I think that Alex is going to be smart enough to see that possibility. He's got an essay, so he could pair up Hedron to Hedron or Icosa to Icosa, and you could use that as your universal conduit.
Monthly saying they sent us a link. Sweet.
So Johnny, you don't think we'll see any kind of sell-off?
Sell-offs are in the game, but again, what are you going to sell off for? You know, that's part of the problem is, you know, it's going to go back into the native token because the native token's what's going to hold the value. And if everything goes into the native token, then it pumps the native token.
I mean, within a week or two, you'll have a bunch of wrapped USDC over there or wrapped DAI. You know, it can be sold into and then brought back over the bridge.
Yeah, and we're going to have things like Portal X. We're going to have things like the Coast that are going to allow money to come in, you know, to be able to buy Pulse directly. Right. So we're going to have these things, and we have 170 other applications that are going to be exclusive to Pulse. I think that Pulse is going to start the next bull market. I think that is where the party is. And I think with the Ethereum gas fees continuing to go on the rise, people are going to be highly pressured to go where the fun is and the tickets are cheap. And I think since everybody's getting free tokens, the only way to claim them is to at least try the new Pulse net, right? So once they go over there and they realize it's fast, it's easy, it's inexpensive, why they going to want to come back? You know, if everything works is that's why it's so important that there is no glitches. That's why it's so important that it functions properly. You only get one chance to make a first impression. And that's why so much care has been taken to run the multiple test nets, to check for all the bugs, to stress test it, to see how many transactions it can run without fail, to make sure that the gas ratios are running perfectly and it doesn't have kickbacks because the gas is inefficient or whatever. I mean, the reason it has to work good is because you're only going to get one chance for a first impression. And when people come over there, it's going to be very, very hard to justify $50, $60 gas fees to do a swap. So,
and this is the minimum. The $60 is the minimum. It's gonna go higher. It's already now at like $20 to $30 now. We're still in the bear market.
Sure.
Coming out of it into the bull market, and it's already at 30.
Well, I tried to use eFiat. By the way, we'll give you some feedback on that. If you can only put $50 worth of hex in there and it costs you $25 to take out a loan, you can only borrow $25. It's kind of useless. Just saying.
Yeah, good point.
So they've kind of limited the amount to limit the risk of the amount of money that you can put in there. But basically, it makes that app absolutely useless on Ethereum. I mean, when it gets over to Pulse, it might be fun to play around with just to see what's going on, you know, and just goof around with it a little bit.
Well, the goals are going to take the training wheels off after they feel more confident and, you know, the protocol and everything.
Yeah.
Hey,
You guys,
Kenny.
what's up, Kenny?
What's up? What's up?
good to see you guys.
Yo, before we change topic again, real quick. So, ID, here you go. Present from me to you and to the community. I'm gonna post 3 links.
Nice.
Okay, you wanna grab them now because you don't know when they will vanish or when they become unavailable.
Vanish.
Here's the first one.
Nice.
Here is
Don't
the
make 'em
second
vanish.
one. And here is the third one.
Dude. Just
Those
so
are the
people you
3
know, that's 6 years ago. That's the first time I saw RH. Well, not on that one, but on the one that he's wearing like the gold outfit.
Those are the 3 lost episodes.
Nice.
Dude. What's up?
Look at me. I'm
It
all
took me
digital.
months to find them.
Thank you, bro. This is awesome. Yeah, the closest I gotten was Monthly had like a little clip, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that one. That's how I found them as well.
Yeah, and like Chris
'Cause
said,
I
he
didn't
took
see
down
them live back in
everything,
the
bro.
day.
He took down. He had he used to have everything. He used to have SoundCloud. He used to have you know, YouTube. He used to have Twitch, a bunch of stuff, and he had taken it out. You know, so I didn't know where to find it. So thank you so much, guys. You guys made my day.
Look at Motley. He seems to
Thank
have
you,
like
guys.
an
Thank you,
inside scoop
Modley.
on this
Thank you,
whole fiat
Dasbom.
thing. He seems to have a whole scoop in on this fiat thing. Look at him go. He's like, yeah, but they're not. Well, guess what? There's $50 worth of hex that I ain't going to get back out because it's probably going to cost me $25 to remove my $50 worth of hex that's stuck in there now. Not like it's going to break my heart.
He nuked his channel, sadly. Yeah. That's very easy to do if you have different views from the rest of society and the powers that be on YouTube.
It's the full
But he
video.
never
That's
went
what's
onto a different platform, right? He just stopped.
No, it's just he got very disappointed. He was very Bitcoin maxi to the point that their protocol counterparty, they burned Bitcoin and everything. So they were hardcore maxis, you know, and they were very disappointed, especially when the whole switch. I remember when the block wars, so around August 2017. I remember like the last conversation that I had with him, like he sent me like the Bitcoin Core code for me to like read and all this stuff, like the Bitcoin Constitution. He got like really hardcore and all this stuff. So I was like, all right, but I haven't seen him since. I don't even know what happened to him. But yeah, I'm sure that conversation's still there on Twitter.
Well, if he did everything right and he was early enough in Bitcoin and he talked to Richard Hart on a daily basis, or at least 3 times, and had very deep discussions with him, he might be sitting somewhere on a beach island, sipping that I don't know, whatever it is, alcohol.
Yeah, I remember
you
they
drink.
debated that stuff about burning that Bitcoin. That was a conversation in that video. So yeah. Yeah, that's an awesome video.
Thank you guys for running the stream while nobody else was available. Appreciate you guys. We really do.
Das Bomb's doing it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Dos.
Who
I
was
was sitting in the
summoning me?
green
Was it
room
you,
waiting.
Doc, or
I was
you,
like,
Kenny?
"Hey, where is the captain? What's going on?"
Which one of you guys under the Discourse banner was summoning me?
All of us, Johnny. We're glad to have
Okay,
you 2 weeks in a row. That's awesome.
It was Kenny. Kenny was summoning me. He was under the Discourse banner. No, I've been trying not to do shows, and I still end up getting suckered in.
Yeah, you do. And we're
I've seen you
glad.
twice today.
Are you still caught up
Nice.
in your company though? Like you've been talking for 2 years nonstop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna switch, and then it draws you back in. Or
Yeah.
what?
Well, I got to do things that feel like me. So a buddy of mine was doing a convention, and I'm kind of locked into I'm kind of grandfathered into one convention. I get free space. I got to rent my room, but I get free space, so it doesn't cost me anything. So my sales are profit. So you can't really knock that. A couple $100 for a room. You drive down, it's within driving distance, so it's not like I got to fly or ship anything major. And it's, all profit. So I'm kind of stuck. So I did that convention, and that was fun. I did a little, I shot a couple pictures that I shared with you guys on Twitter from that convention. But I mean, conventions are fun because that's what I used to do. But it's kind of weird because I did it because I used to do it for the money, and now I just don't really care. So like it was kind of fun because I'll go there and take my other artist friends out to dinner, and they'll be like getting ready to pay for it. It's like no, I got it. It's already taken care of. What the hell? What's going on here? Don't understand. Aren't you a starving artist like the rest of us? No. No, I'm really not, guys. Well, why'd you delete your Facebook? Because people really don't need to know what's going on in my life. I don't really want to share all that anymore. And I'd leave Twitter too if I could. But last time I did that, I had my phone was ringing off the hook. I got like 20 of y'all on my damn.
You said that a few times, Johnny, that you're going to leave Twitter.
Well, I keep trying. I do. I really do. It's a little bit of addicting property because it's like
Twitter's very addictive.
Yeah.
Designed that way.
Yeah.
True.
Oh God.
There you go.
Awesome.
Somebody threw this meme real quick. Oh geez.
Did you just make that on the fly, DOS Bomb?
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
Quickest meme artist in the hood.
In the Hexico hood.
Yeah. The Puerto Rico. The
Puerto Rico.
Hexarico? Hexico. The Hexico
Hexico.
hood there.
Yeah, so here's a funny one too. My buddy was doing the normal starving artist shuffle thing. And now mind you, look, he's a professional body painter. He makes really good money. He's just really cheap. And he was trying to find models that were volunteers that he didn't have to pay, that would come down to the show, but he wanted to find someone local because he didn't want to have to rent the room. And sometimes when you do that, you don't get the best of models or the most cooperative models or whatever. So I told him, I said, hey, why don't you just, look, you made money last show, just get him a room. He's like, I was like, it'd save you money. You spend $150 for a room for the models for the day, and you get good models instead of, trying to just get what's available. He's like, yeah, but then if I spend this, I spend that. And so he called me up because he wanted to order some stuff. So I sent him the stuff, and then I PayPal'd him over the money for the room. And I said, no, I'm sponsoring the room. There, your problem's fixed. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
And that way you could get your good models, and then you could stop, because he was going through this whole loop of hassle.
The fit
of,
ones,
well,
not the fat ones. Is that what you said?
I can't. I was like, dude, it's $150. Over. Quit whining about it.
And the funniest thing is you can even do that without being a Hexican, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mind block. It frees you up so immensely.
Mm.
If you don't have to think about it. But when you're in the rat race, you're constantly caught on every little penny, even though you could afford it, and it doesn't make any sense at all in your brain because you're so confined. And then the moment you got more security, you got your stuff in order, and then you're freed up, and everything is opening up. The world is opening up. It's such a before it was a cramped little space and you were worried about a lot of things, but then everything's opening up, but nothing has really essentially changed for you, right? It's still the same.
Fair point.
That's at least my
I
experience.
can't
Like,
say nothing has changed because it's definitely. I was more of a penny pincher to begin with. You know, like my friends. You know, when you're doing trade shows and conventions, the idea is to keep your costs as minimum as possible. But I mean, I guess I never was really as extreme as they are. I mean, I've got friends that own companies that are multi-million-dollar companies. Uh, but yeah, they're like literally worrying about like the smallest of expenses. And I've never, there's like a cost to the amount of hassle that it takes you to try to save certain amounts of money. And you just you have to hit a certain point where you're like, is it really worth it? You know, um, like little things like, oh, we're gonna eat at the motel for free. Okay, fine, but you get really shitty food, and then you know, what did you really save? You know, you had to wait in line like a cat. You know, so like this last convention, they were giving out free food, right? And you'd have to get in the cattle line of everybody to get shuttled through to get the free food. And I was just like, guys, screw this. We're going to the steakhouse. Oh, but the food is free. So I'm not going to be herded like a cattle and rush through this line just to get a goddamn freaking pulled pork sandwich. No, let's go get some steak.
you'd rather
We're outta
eat the
here.
cattle.
But we can't. But we don't want to spend that money. It's forget it. Let's go get. Did I say let's go? Let's go. Let's go eat. I want to eat now. I'm not going to sit in this cattle line. And if y'all jump in the car with me, I'll feed you too. Let's go. You know, that's just kind of how I see things. I don't like being herded in the cattle line for free food. It just ain't worth it. 45
I
minutes.
agree. I concur with that. So
That reminds me, I
get
bought
something
steak
good.
today and didn't cook it yet.
Oh, nice.
Should have done it today. Didn't have time. Thanks, Johnny.
I got a ribeye in the fridge right now. You got me thinking about it.
Is any of you living in that area of America where you got the ribeye in the sky?
The ribeye in the sky.
Yeah.
What is that?
There is some
Is that from a John Candy movie? What are you talking about? Ribeye in the sky?
Weird boy.
Like
Sandhill cranes. The ribeye of the sky. Sandhill cranes are large waterfowl with adults standing up to 4 feet tall with wingspans of 6 to 7 feet, according to the Audubon Field Guide to North America Birds. They have an interesting nickname, the ribeye of the sky, because their meat is like so delicious and they're like apparently super easy to hunt and they fly in giant flocks. So you can just aim wherever.
What was the name of
You
it
get
again?
one of them and they're delicious, and there is so many of them that you don't need to look out for anything.
That's
Ribeye in the sky. Shoot the bird.
Never heard of that.
Sandhill cranes.
Yeah.
We get I get wild turkeys in my backyard. We get lots of wildlife. We've got doe, wild turkeys. There's a fox. There's a chubby little groundhog. We get some interesting wildlife. Sometimes the turkeys come in flocks, and I got a beagle, man. He just goes crazy when those turkeys hit.
Nice.
He's just telling them off, man. And it's like, man, if I let you go, those turkeys are gonna whoop your ass.
We just get rattlesnakes and scorpions.
Oh no, skip those, man. That's why I don't live on your
Oh,
side of the globe.
Maybe
I
some
think,
coyote.
In Puerto Rico,
apparently
I
it's West
think maybe
Texas.
parrots. Oh, there you go.
In Puerto Rico, there's parrots.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's like the wildlife, and if they catch you hunting any of that, I mean, you're gonna go for some time because they're all protected, federal wildlife, and all this stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, almost all the. Yeah, like almost there's almost all the not really nice parts of the island, they're protected. Either, at some point there was a base, or it was maybe in the middle of the island. There's a yunque, which is like the biggest national rainforest in the Caribbean. All that air is protected. So if they catch you doing this, that, whatever, haunting, you get in trouble.
A lot of
Huh.
hiking, man.
Yeah. Hiking
can't
trails.
wait.
They just tell you like, just don't get away from the trails, because there's a lot of people, they get lost, and then, I mean, they'll show up, like a day or two, but yeah, don't get out of the trails.
It's amazing that they've got the crime that they do in Puerto
there you go.
Rico, because like you're on an island, where are you going to freaking go?
Yeah. But Molly just said mongoose. I think the mongoose are not like original from PR. I think it's just Puerto Rico has this thing where every so often they'll launch a new animal to hunt another animal that they launched like 20, 30 years
And then now they
before.
got-
And then, like now they're like at iguanas. Like I'm sure Motley has seen a couple of iguanas. So I'm sure that right now they're figuring out what animal they're going to let go. They're going to haunt all these iguanas.
Dude,
Oh my
iguanas are like
the iguana
insects in
thing is
Puerto
getting-
Rico. Yeah,
Yeah.
iguanas are
Yeah.
like insects. There's more of them than there is anything else on the island.
Yeah, but it's just that the iguanas that we have now are like remember the little iguanas from like the 80s and 90s that were at the little pet shops, and there was like 100 of them, and then people would just grab them and be like, "Oh, this is a cute iguana," and now it's like a fucking
Now
like
the Godzilla,
5-foot long little
9 feet
alligator,
long.
like
Yeah.
Komodo
They
dragon.
look like a Komodo
Yeah.
dragon. They do, and then I mean, the
Yeah.
problem with what it is they have this little nest inside the ground, and then a lot of people they're having little cave-ins because they're not like natural in their natural habitat. So that's like the new thing. We've had a couple of those. I know maybe like 10 years ago there was some experiments with monkeys, and they got. I mean, supposedly they escaped. So and then they've done it with like mosquitoes a couple times. Like they'll launch like one mosquito to attack another mosquito, and then
you have the perpetual problem over and over and over.
Yeah.
they've been doing that since probably like the 40s or 50s. Like I mean, almost everything kind of gray area they tested in Puerto Rico. In like the 50s, they used to test like birth control without telling the ladies, and then later in the 60s they tested like Agent Orange, before they took it to like the war and stuff. So they did, yeah, they've tested a bunch of stuff.
70s was LSD.
Oh, I'm sure they. I mean, I'm sure they tested a bunch of stuff down in PR because, yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Motley says no predators in Puerto
Rico.
Rico, really. So any the animals that get deposited here thrive.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they.
I mean, I think the mongoose were released because at some point there was like too many
Rats.
snakes or something.
Too
It was
many
like
snakes,
rats or
yeah.
snakes, and then they let
They
the
love
mongoose, and
hunting
then there was
snakes.
like a mongoose problem, and then there was So I think
You
that
guys got
happened also
snakes
with
there?
caimans.
You
what?
Not
They
anymore.
say-
There's mongoose.
Yeah, no,
Not
the
anymore.
snakes
The
were
CDC
very.
says
Yeah, no. The
mongoose were
snakes
originally
were.
brought into
Yeah,
Puerto
the
Rico
original
and the
snakes from
Hawaiian
Puerto
Islands
Rico were-
from Asia to protect sugarcane fields from rats and snakes.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. That was probably the excuse then, and I mean, little by little. I know that this new one with the one with the iguanas, that one was not like it wasn't planned. It was supposed to be like this little cute animal that people would pay $5-6 at the pet shop, and then like I said, like there were people, they were getting it like 1 foot 2 feet long at their houses, and then they were releasing them, and then now in the wild they're getting big.
Komodo dragon sized.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'll tell you one thing that was crazy to me is I've been to 2 different resorts on 2 different sides of PR. And both times you'll be swimming in the pool, and all of a sudden you'll turn over and there's an iguana swimming next to you in the pool, and you're like, "Holy cow! Is that an alligator? A colorful alligator?"
Yeah.
Kind of scares you
I
at
thought it'd be
first.
fun to make a baby silicone crocodile to take with me to Florida. So when people are in the pool, you can throw it on a fishing pole and just swim through the pool. See how quick people get out of the pool.
Oh,
It's on my to-do list.
Did anyone catch Cabana stream earlier?
Nope. I was stuck on the stream for 5 hours.
Gotcha.
Stream.
Well, I think they talked about some pretty cool things. I think everyone should go back and watch it later when you guys got a chance. And I think there were some really good insights by everyone on the panel. I really like the insights of Buck. And so I'm excited to see what happens when we go live. When we officially go live. Not V.2, not V.3, not version 5, but the actual mainnet.
V4B.
Yeah, exactly.
No, guys, don't even joke about that anymore, because it's like, we get these wreck plebs, man, and they immediately think that, oh, they might be telling the truth. There might really be another version, and we just can't do that, dude. It's gonna be May.
In May.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with mid-May. Then Richard's not wrong. He never specified what year. He never specified the year.
Hey, no stealing my thunder.
And if we miss May, no worries. We can always wait another year.
For that exact same reason.
That's true. I'll give all credit goes to Johnny Chaos.
All year I've been saying that, and everybody's been like, "You're crazy." It's like, nope, Richard doesn't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Never told you what year. I'm banking on it. If not, we're really screwed because we got another 12 more months.
Right? Anyone got any comments on 9-inch decks coming out?
They got a sacrifice that's going along with it.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. Like, I get when you're like putting together projects like an Aave fork and a GMX fork. Like, it takes money to build something like that. Yeah. But it was funny, the backhanded compliment that Buck gave a Hexy bastard on there. Like, if we're gonna do a sacrifice, guys, like we have the obligation to actually provide something of value to the community. And yeah, you did a dumb shit coin, meme coin, but at least you're doing a DEX now, and so there's some utility there. Except my devs probably could have forked that in like 30 minutes, but because it's the easiest thing out there to fork.
But we need a sacrifice. All right.
But we need a sacrifice. I'm like, oh man, if I ever do a project, I'm gonna just airdrop it to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of funny that how quickly easy people are to separate from their money for a sacrifice. When Richard first mentioned it, it was kind of like an unheard of concept, because literally you were promised nothing. It was a sacrifice. It meant you could get nothing, and it was just, and if you heard that from anybody other than Richard before Richard did it, you would never think of doing that.
No way.
No,
I mean, that says scam. That says scam all over it. No wonder people wouldn't sacrifice for PulseChain. No wonder we got so next to nothing for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as participants, because that's that. You know what? It's like, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, is what it reminds me of. The Wimpy from
Popeye, yeah.
Man, that definitely dates me right there. But
that was one of my favorites.
But it's also everything what the SEC ever wanted from us.
Do what, Dust Bomb?
It's also everything what the SEC ever wanted from people and from us, from the like crypto community in general. They wanted to not make the promises, no expectations. Right. That's what they wanted, and he followed it to the T.
And the sacrifice was to be part of a group that may potentially receive rewards as being a part of that group. So you were kind of paying your dues to be part of a club by making that sacrifice. It wasn't for the token. It was to be part of that sacrifice set. As a result of being in that part of that group, you received other benefits from other token drops, such as Pulse Doge, such as Poor Pleb, such as Weight,
Yeah,
such as what. But anyway, as a result of being part of that sacrifice group, you did receive other benefits from being part of that particular group of people that sacrificed. There were other benefits to it,
and there will be more down the road too. There's gonna be a lot more down the road.
And there very well could be a lot more down the road.
Yep. Keep your Genesis wallet.
Well, the problem with that is there may be some things that we don't even want to bother to claim.
I agree, but you still want to keep it as long as you know what you're doing. Get your main assets out of it and manage your portfolio. I'll be keeping mine.
Yeah, Communist was another one, but
that was for native hex stakes.
Yeah, but here's the problem, guys. You can't claim all these free airdrops with your main wallet that has all your hex stakes, because you are taking a risk.
Yeah, I hope they didn't sacrifice out of that one.
No, that's what my hex stakes are in vault wallets, and my sacrifice address is completely different. So,
but at this point, if you're getting airdrops based on your T shares, that could be a problem if there's problems with the code. So maybe from now on, future airdrops might be to the PulseChain sacrifice set as it used to be to the Hex T shareholders, right? So, because it's hard to claim when you've got a lot at stake, pun intended. You got a lot at stake. It's kind of hard to claim a $300 airdrop. It's kind of a waste, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's great to get the additional $300 or $400, but what could you potentially lose if there's something there? So maybe future airdrops, like you said, might be based on the being part of that sacrifice set. That you can move it out of that wallet, and that set is already credited for that sacrifice. So that's where they're going to be pulling that list. And yeah, Jimmy Diamond's right. Yes, be skeptical of all airdrops. Not all airdrops are created equal, and just be aware of that.
There is a funny notion, an interesting notion, by the way, with all this sacrifice build up, and that is, I don't know of any other cryptocurrency or community where not only do you not have any promises or expectation, but even before the actual product launch, there is a whole marketing. You got support, you got cruises, you got people making goodies, you got cheerleaders, you got
170
shows.
protocols being built for that project.
Exactly. You got all those additional value things that are coming to the chain, all those launch pads and coins and additional stuff. When did this ever happen?
Never.
It hasn't.
No, it was always built the other way around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You first you had the promises, then you had nothing for a while, then you had the what is it called, the timeline that you set up.
Oh, the roadmap.
What is it called?
The roadmap.
Yeah, thank you. You had the roadmap, which was always late or delayed, or something happened, and then a rename, a rebranding, or whatever, and then maybe 1 out of 1,000 were launched. And then out of those 5 that actually launched, only 1 was successful because they actually had something worthwhile.
Yeah.
because the other ones just couldn't get the network effect. Yeah. We have the network effect before the launch.
The thing is, that's insane.
That is so amazing.
It's so insane.
Yep.
And so how exactly are we going to not do as well as Bitcoin did when Andreas Antonopoulos was talking to an empty room when Bitcoin was $100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
viewership on that video, even though I've sent people there to go review the 2011 video, probably don't get as much views as our average videos.
Yeah.
So, and with the social media being the way that it is, being able to reach larger audiences more than ever before, getting thousands of views. Oh, you found it, huh? How many views total does this show have? It was made in 2011. How many views does it have?
I'm not sure if this is the original source though.
That's it.
I don't think it is. No, that's 2 years ago. Wait a minute. I'm gonna see if I have the original source.
Bitcoin, $100. Andreas talking to himself.
One guy
That's
in the audience there.
That's crazy.
A bunch of empty seats. Oh wait, we got to zoom forward so you don't show the empty seats.
And year 2 of Hex, we had 650 people at the event, and then we only photographed about half of those people outside of Excalibur. Year 2, no Richard, only Richard streamed in. This was only the community. This was not the founder. It was not organized by the founder. It had nothing to do with the founder other than he was asked to attend via live stream, organized by Matty Allen. And dude, we had over 600 people there.
Yep.
You know,
we had way more than that at the Hex second birthday. Way more than that.
Yeah,
731.
I wasn't in London for the Hex second birthday, but you know, you get the idea, right?
What's that?
I mean,
fancy.
Fancy. It was fancy. Well, the fanciest person there was Richard Hart himself. Nobody else had a gold suit. So
I had a golden Hex tie.
Yes, you did. You did. And it happens to be in the Highest of Stakes movie. So
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
So confirmation or what? For that 1 second.
I mean, in the trailer. I mean, the trailer. I mean, in the trailer. Correction. In the trailer.
I hear.
I think I found it.
I get a Stan Lee or a Bruce Campbell cameo in the Highest of Stakes, so I'm good.
Nice.
There you go.
The original video has posted 9 years ago. Is that 2013? Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Here you go. It has 20,000 views.
20,000 views, and it's how many years old?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
2013. And 10 years ago, bro.
10 years ago
this June, in 2 months.
Views. The show that I did with Crypto 7 got 10,000 views.
Yeah.
There you go.
Damn. Think about that. In a month and a couple days, that's literally 10 years ago. Only 20,000 views.
And like I said, the show that I did with Crypto 7 a few months ago, 10,000 views. You say we're not reaching people? I mean, where do we lose here? The only way we lose is if the products fail. Are the products failing?
They're not going to fail.
The products don't look like they're failing to me. It looks like progress to me. We've got a whole ecosystem here. This has never been done. Mm-hmm. A whole ecosystem, on-ramps, leverage trading, which we don't endorse, but it exists. Leverage trading.
We got it.
Right? Online,
we got it. That's for sure.
Dexes,
We got meme coins too now.
Portals, aggregators.
Yep.
Okay. All of this is going to exist. 170 new, never seen before projects being launched on a new network and full system state.
We'll have a lot more garbage in that too once we launch. There's gonna be a lot.
We ain't even launched yet.
There's gonna be a lot of garbage.
Buck had a really good point on Cabana's show. He said you've got cheap transactions on BSC and you've got wealthy individuals on Ethereum. You got upper middle class Americans on Ethereum. He says we get the best of both worlds with PulseChain. There's not a lot of great English speakers. There's a lot of rug pulls on BSC, but you get the transaction speed and the cost of BSC with higher middle class individuals, especially in the United States, that really have the opportunity to push a market. And I think that was brilliant insight from him.
It is.
I mean, not like a full endorsement of some of the stuff that's out there, but Power City's got like a full suite of projects all by themselves of what they're putting out there. And I mean, I can't be a judge of what they're building because it doesn't exist yet. We have to see how this stuff all works out,
But still, it completes it's completion of the ecosystem, and it's so massively bullish because it's before we're even out.
Yeah, it's insane. So what really cracks me up, that guy that Ivan was talking to, that Invest Options or whatever the guy's name was, it cracks me up because he starts talking about the shopping mall.
No data guy
apps being made. I want to know that there's activity happening. I want to know that the community is strong. I want to know this. I want to know that. I want to know that. And there's just nothing about Hex whatsoever.
Shit.
Dude, we are building an entire ecosystem with 170 applications already ready to go for a chain that doesn't even exist yet. What the hell do you want? Oh, I want insider
information. Great point, Hexodal.
Allocations, please. That's what I need. That's what I mean by I don't have enough information. I don't know the guys. Yeah. I don't know who's controlling the wallets. Dude, oh my God.
Well, just to exemplify your point here, Hexodal has a great point. Everything, all 170 projects that are going to be made on Pulse will exist on PulseChain, will burn PLS.
Yeah.
So every time there's a transaction, PLS is burned. Yep. All hail King Richard. I don't know about that. I'm not all into the whole hero worship thing. I think he's a genius.
I know James is gonna go soon, but there's question,
James,
or actually one comment in the chat about the crypto, which everyone loves, everyone agrees on, everyone is fully in consensus about, and that's Pulse and Hex. What do you guys think? We have PulseChain. We gotta end it on. Okay. What do you guys think? Is it a scam? Is it not a scam? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you excited? Are you not excited? What's your view?
I make confusion in their faces. Data, and when there's no data available, I get very suspicious and I don't touch it, whether it's a stock or crypto. If I don't know who's behind it, who owns the wallets, who's doing the movements, who's pulling the strings and the levers, it's a scam. Not saying Hex is a scam, but there's no data to make a decision that it's not. That's the problem.
I don't know if it's a scam or not. I'm just not interested. I want to do one of those Austin Powers things and check my watch, and then the elevator goes away and I just disappear. Because
okay, whatever.
I don't have the data. There's no data. You mean nobody handed you like a paycheck? Is that what you mean? That's the data. Nobody handed you a paycheck. Your buddies didn't call you up and say, "Hey, I'm putting this thing together. Let me." How are you supposed to know what the wallets are doing? I don't know what all the wallets are doing or who's handling it. Isn't crypto supposed to be pseudo-anonymous? Would that be like insider trading if you knew everybody that owned every wallet and moved everything around? I mean, what exactly is he asking for here?
Shame on you, T-Bird. Shame on you. Shame to you and your family and your name. Shame on you, T-Bird. Just had to throw that out there. It does exist. There is a finished product. I will tell you that much. Alex has seen it for himself. So you don't have to just believe me and RG and Big K. You don't have to take our word for it.
I'm ready to watch it, bro. When's that thing coming out? Man.
Wouldn't you like to know? I'm sure everybody would. Oh, yeah, I know. I knew you were joking, bro. So that's a touchy subject for me because I want it out now too, but and I'm not saying that we're coordinating the timing around it because that would be
not coordinating.
No, I'm saying we're not coordinating the timing.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, we are not coordinating the timing with the PulseChain launch. Now I can't say that Richard isn't
What you're
doing the
saying is
same.
you can't say anything.
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is that we're not coordinating the launch of the movie around the PulseChain launch. But Richard may be on his end. I have no idea what that guy's doing.
Right.
But I think
Okay.
I hope Richard releases PulseChain before the movie comes out. That's all I'm going to say. Because I think you're going to lose a lot of people when they go to look for it after watching the movie. That there's a new product coming out, and then they can't find it anywhere, or they have to wait, and then they forget about it. I'd rather someone watch the movie and be like, what is this thing? Oh my gosh, it's new and it just went live, and then give them something to go to right away.
And then they go and they see nothing but green candles. Best marketing strategy ever.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see at least 1 million people see this film. And if only 1% act on it, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how effective the
that's 1/4. 1% of 1 million people is still 1/4 of the amount of SAC wallets. The legit
again,
SAC
I don't know how effective the marketing or whether or not the movie itself is going to sell the product or what direct impact the movie will have. But what I do know is there's a new ecosystem that's going to be built that is going to have direct correlation and a lot of fucking impact on what the price is going to do. And that's coming real soon regardless. So it'd be cool if the movie's out. It'd be fun to watch. But as far as marketing, I don't know. We'll see.
Kinetics, this is a holdup. You have 1 month left to deliver the movie.
We already decided mid-May is when Pulse is launching, bro. So I don't know.
John. John. Okay.
I mean,
it's
technically,
sequel in production.
Technically, we've already done 2 premiere. We've already done. Well, actually, I'm not going to touch on that one. I'm not going to say anything about that. But I think it's possible. Absolutely.
All right.
So when you look at that DOS bomb, pull that back up again real quick. So we've had an official premiere. Oh, you were just on the right page, bro. You just fucked it all up. So you can look over there on the right-hand side where it says...
You do want me to stay zoomed in?
Yes, right there. Yes, right there. What is wrong with your mouse? Why is your computer so jumpy? So Q2 technically
it's your website, dude. It's me zooming in and zooming out, but it rearranges all the tiles of the website when you zoom in and out.
I think it has something to do with your Portugal internet, but I'm just saying. But anyway, the if you think about it, Q2 technically doesn't end till the end of June, and that just says official premiere and distribution. It doesn't say live for viewing audiences. So just throwing that out there. Distribution is different.
Molly's got a good comment in the chat. Have you ever watched a documentary that wasn't on Netflix?
Right.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Because I don't know if
I wish there was more I could tell you guys. I wish there was more I could tell you. I really do.
But what he can tell us is he can't tell us anything. Here we go.
I am allowed to tell you that I can't tell you anything.
I watch documentaries all the time on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and sometimes on the Discovery Channel.
Should we just release it on YouTube? Just say, screw it. Everybody, here you go.
I donated enough to be a generous donation, but not enough to receive any perks. That's kind of miserable.
Kinetic, it says official premiere. It can be a YouTube premiere video.
I see we got other Portuguesians in the chat here because they're all upset that fiber internet isn't good enough for me or something. So I'm making fun of your internet over there.
Triggered.
Oh.
Yellowtail wants it on HBO.
God, I wish I could tell you guys something. I wish I could tell you some of the conversations we've had about all of this.
Is it bullish?
So what are the strategies gonna be for everybody if it comes out on a platform that you do not have right now? Do you go ahead and buy it for that month to watch it?
I did.
Do you sail the high
show.
seas? Do we group together and find a Hexican that has access to it, and then we do a watch party in their yard? What do we do?
Have one Hexican, one Hexican that views it a million times on their platform and their login.
we're only up 1,000x now. We're not up 10,000x now, so we're all poor.
We can get a yacht down in Puerto Rico. ID's got the hookup.
Just for the
we're all
weekend,
poor, man. We can't afford a 1 month subscription to Netflix.
Right. It's like a rental.
I bought ESPN for 1 month just to watch the car race, which I was very depressing, but it was cool because at least I got to see the car in action, and then canceled the subscription. But I don't think there's and I think I've got all the streaming services. It's going to have to be on one of them.
Kinetics, hear me out. This might be a crazy idea, but I think it could work. Forget all the Netflix and HBOs and all the deals, whatever. Just go to one location that was a blockbuster. Some of them even have still the malls, and you can see the blockbuster sign faded. Go there, remodel it, reopen the blockbuster, say we're back, and then all the stores are just lined with the DVDs of the documentary. You come in and it's only that, nothing else. So it's the only thing that people can get from the blockbuster location.
I like that.
This is how you do bank.
What if we also did DVD rentals? Because I don't think everybody has DVD players anymore.
Redbox. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I didn't even have a drive for like the last 10 or 15 years.
You didn't have a drive?
Yeah, DVD drive. Like
I got
a PC or anywhere. Like
I've got 10 DVD players and 6 projectors because I run holograms here, so I'm good. And I can play Street Fighter life size in my garage, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, even computers don't have a DVD drive anymore. There you go. They even stopped putting them in the laptops. Laptops were like the last thing that had a CD drive for like years and years, even though nobody would use them. And then finally they got rid of them like a few years ago.
I hate that. I hate not having some kind of drive. My streaming computer does not have a drive in it. You have to plug in an external drive to put a CD in it. And I've got old CD video games, and it's like I got the super gaming computer and I can't play any of those games. So that's kind of dumb.
Wow. Unkavil has I still have a working H track. Nice.
This streaming computer I actually bought because Discourse Syndicate kind of wanted me to stream with them, and they got tired of dealing with me and my stupid cell phone because I wouldn't buy a computer and I wouldn't upgrade my system of any kind. I still don't have a decent microphone. My camera has the microphone on it, so that's why I always sound like crap with, I didn't bust out the Shure mic, but I never intended to be streaming at all. It was just
yeah, here you are.
Here I am.
Yeah. Here's Johnny.
At this point, it's like, do I just go ahead and suck it up and buy a $150 mic so it's here?
I think you just answered your own question.
Yep.
So when I do stream, I at least have decent sound.
Yeah, well, you're not going anywhere. I think you're stuck with us for at least 15 years.
I'm stuck with you guys for at least another, what's that?
Probably longer than that.
Yeah, that when you restarted a new 15-year stake, man, you obligated yourself to us,
right,
bro.
Right.
15. I've done my time in Azkaban.
In Azkaban. Well, we're happy to have you here. Misery loves company.
I'm just all excited when we finally get this damn Pulse out there, so it can like really, we can get those other projects moving. We can see the growth. We can see the ratios.
Yep.
We can stop speculating. We can stop running in the circles, and we can just say, look, here is actual physical data. This is what is happening. No speculation. This is reality now. We can get rid of everybody trying to buy the rumor and sell the news, and we get out of that horse shit that's going on right now with the short-term thinkers and traders that have not been listening to a damn word we've been saying for the past 3 years. You know.
Yeah, it would just be nice to rub it in the shit talker's face all over Twitter.
Yes.
It's like I'm almost tired of logging on Twitter every single day now and seeing all the stupid FUD.
And look at the stupid FUD guys. What do they got? 2, 3 followers? Or what are they doing?
Yeah.
They're sharing it with their 2, 3 friends.
Yeah.
Well, the second cycle is where they can't ignore it. More and more people are getting onto it, and they have no way out. All the people that called it a scam are gonna go under, and all the people that didn't inform their community are gonna get cried on and then left as well. And the new ones will be at least neutral or cover it, just to be able to talk to an audience, because everybody else will be out of the audience. And then the ones that get the most views, the most publicity, are the ones that are covering Hex and PulseChain and all the new stuff that is being developed.
It'll be the most exciting thing going on in crypto at the time, that's for sure.
I had a funny thought, guys.
True.
Think about this for a second. We were talking about reach. I don't have a show. I just troll on everybody else's show. I am a Twitter personality that only talks about Hex, pretty much. I have almost as many followers as that Bitcoin show has views.
That's cool to think about.
I have almost reached 20,000 followers with no show, no regular viewing, just an angry guy that sometimes shows up and tells you what he feels.
But you're so entertaining.
You're so way too short. You're so well spoken, and you're
entertaining, bro.
Oh, but
you're also able to make concepts into concise like sentences. Like,
yeah, you do a good job with the concepts.
Yeah, you do. The analogies and all the stuff.
The early videos, especially, you were holding people together with just showing a normal object on a day and your boxes and everything, and then you bring up a concept and you explain it in a very easy, understandable fashion. That is, I don't know.
You drive,
and I ratioed altcoin daily.
Isn't that funny?
I ratioed altcoin daily, and I'm a nobody. He's got to be like, who the fuck is this guy? So, I mean, and I'm averaging 50 to 100 new followers per day, and I am not the founder of Hex. I didn't make it, you know? So I went from last year, I had 2 years ago, I had 1,000 followers. Today I'm on my way to breaking 20,000 followers.
That's cool.
It snowballs.
Cool. 2 years ago, 1,000 followers from nothing. 1,000 followers, no show.
And Richard Hart also keeps growing. He's at almost 310,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were just waiting for that 300K? Now it's 10K more.
God, we were stuck at 262 for forever. And I mean, just and the reason I mention that it's not because I'm bragging about the following or anything that I obtained. It's just the fact that means people are listening to the content. That means people are seeking out the content. I'm an obscure character. I'm like the Stan Lee appearance, right? I'm just a random character that sometimes appears on everybody else's stream, but I'm getting that following because people are listening. They are paying attention. Sometimes you even hear the influencers quote me back. It's neat.
I love
Eric Ball secretly stalks you, bro.
It's okay to brag in moderation.
If you earned it, is what he's saying. So, and you've earned it, Johnny. You've earned it. Yeah, you've shown up. You've been a net positive to this community, and I think there's a lot of net positives in this community that have helped grow it. And so, glad to be part of this community for that reason.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Me too.
Johnny is the Christopher Walken of
Hexicon.
Hexicon.
Watch people crack themselves in the head with a hammer. It drives me crazy. So I feel like I'm doing when I'm watching chain analysis. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Yes.
Oh God, why you gotta hit yourself? Why you hit yourself?
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off. Always good hanging out with all you guys.
Corey, it's good to see you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Good to see you in all of.
Good night, Corey.
It's good to see you in all of Randy's chats too, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been a fun journey, and I enjoy all you guys. So I'm just trying to give back now too. So we also have a show Monday through Friday. I'm trying to get Johnny to come on it. ID was on it. He came on one time. So yeah, it's starting to grow slowly.
Chill it, bro. Chill it.
Yeah,
tell everyone where we can find you.
Crypto Millionaires with Corey Geary is the YouTube channel. Twitter is just Corey Geary. I just surpassed 1,000 followers on YouTube last weekend.
Nice, bro.
Give it 2 years, man.
1,000 followers.
Makes all the difference.
So,
turn on that monetization. You've got enough watch hours. Good. Turn that shit on. If you Hexicans don't like seeing ads, then quit being cheap asses and go buy YouTube Premium. And you don't have to worry about any of that bullshit. Or if you're a brand, he just cheats and he just turns on the Brave browser. He turns it on so that none of the pop-ups come up, so none of the ads come on. But you can do that too. But support these guys. Let these guys make their 1 cent for every 3,000 views or whatever it is that you get on YouTube AdSense, because you guys never know. Some of that might be getting rolled right back into Hex for just 3 seconds of your time. So
absolutely come through. We talk about everything Hex, Richard Hart, PulseChain, and a dash of real estate. That's kind of like the combination, because a lot of our audience is real estate guys, and we're teaching them the RH ecosystem.
Yeah.
So it's been a blast. So
dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd have to pick your brain sometime.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. That's where I created my wealth, was in real estate. And so now crypto's my new journey. I got into the RH ecosystem before the PulseX sacrifice. I missed the PulseChain sacrifice, unfortunately, but I've got some capital waiting to be deployed.
Don't worry. When it goes live, I got some Pulse I'll sell you. So
yeah, I'm sure you will at a 20 or 50X. I know.
Yeah, there you go. Find me on PulseX right after the launch. So
cool, guys.
Right,
I'll
appreciate
you, later.
you, man.
Yeah,
we'll see
bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm really not super excited about PulseChain until it's here. I just not excited about it. But as soon as it's here, I'm probably gonna be like a giddy little schoolgirl. I'm gonna be like, cancel all family functions. Don't even bother me. I'm gonna be in the studio for the next 3 days straight. I'm certain of that. But in the meantime, I'm just not like, when it gets here, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not super excited.
You know, we've lost the hype talking about it for the past 2 years.
They're a great point made. Yeah, that is a great point.
And it's overdue. It's overdue. It's time. It's time to get the show on the road. It's time to fulfill the things that, need to happen. It's time to see the impact that it's going to happen. And it's time to listen to the whiners bitch and moan that they no longer get copies and now they have to pick a chain.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Dude, I think there's going to be bigger hype than we even know about. There's a lot of people in the crypto space that are like, yeah, I'll believe it when it happens. But when it happens, a lot of these guys have made a lot of money in crypto and other coins and other projects, and they're going to realize, like, I need to be on that thing as fast as possible. So I think there's going to be a wave that's going to come in. Oh yeah, they're watching for it.
I mean, that's why I was talking about the metrics. It's like, no, they're aware. They are watching. Mm-hmm. They're just not saying anything.
Yep. Yeah.
And
where else do the 100 extra people come in the PulseX sacrifice that weren't in the Pulse sacrifice? 100K more people sacrificed out of nowhere?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's nothing to shake a stick at, is it?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at, we've got 120,000 stakers, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, really, I mean, it's there. It's just, we're like right there on the edge of people discovering what has taken 2 years to build. But that's just it, right? Nothing's really an overnight success. These things that are pushed out the market that fail, I bet y'all wish your girlfriend went down as much as Solana.
Well, I guess we couldn't get through one FN Hangout without at least one dirty joke.
Oh, there was. But I love that. Would you have a phone? I heard there was going to be a Solana phone. Can you imagine that? Hello?
Oh, I dropped my call again. Yeah. They turned my phone off. They turned my phone off again. Yeah, I like that. I've seen this before, Hexhuddle. If you spell Solana backwards, it's anal OS.
Here's the growth curve.
Okay.
Keeps going up.
Yeah, what's really crazy is people are still sacrificing.
Yeah.
That has been
last month. Somebody sent 1 ETH to the sacrifice address.
That is just like baffling to no end. People are so willing to part with their money. They don't pay attention to the rules at all. They just, I mean, it's bad enough that. Oh, well, bless me.
Viva.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough that you would think that, with the sacrifice would scare most people off. I mean, it was really designed to scare participants off to an extent. It was really it was called a sacrifice to scare people off.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't participate initially. So it's not a shock that only a smaller amount participated in PulseChain than did in PulseX, because they were scared initially. And then they saw how many people were confident behind PulseChain, and they're like, all right, these guys sacked. Well, shit, something's happening here. If there's another one, I guess I better sack. And then the rest of the stuff came in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy to me. I'm glad we got as many sackers in as we did, quite honestly. But it's just crazy to me that you see all these big names in the crypto space that, are so intellectually lazy, but they'll sit there and call PulseChain and Hex a scam all day long. But they're like, yeah, I went real big in Solana. It's like, man, that shit is broken. It's been broken since the beginning. It's like it's the worst parts of Ethereum Classic and the worst parts of like BSC or some other piece of crap, delegated proof of stake. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I watched a developer break down. Like, it's literally all the bad parts of these chains that no one even uses anymore, and everyone's calling it like the next new thing. For all the
The only
anime
good
peeps
thing
out
about
there.
the new Solana phone is you no longer have to listen to telemarketers. I mean, you can't call anybody on it, but at least you no longer have to
But
listen
you don't
to
have to listen to
telemarketers.
them either. Yeah. I get all the texts all the time. I get all the random texts. Oh, you're saved in my phone, but I don't remember. But I don't have your name saved in here. Who is this? And you're like, have a good day. Block. Have a good day. Block.
We want to loan you $500,000 for your business from 50 different things. It's like, yeah, thanks. Hex.com, you won't need a loan either.
Isn't your Android or your Apple phone not filtering those out? Mine does. I get spam calls all the time, but they all get filtered out for me.
Yeah, but they still
if I get calls, they say spam on them. Yeah. Mine will notify me.
But you still
No. I get text. The text messages they don't filter those out. But I can tell usually they're like area codes that start with not 01, so they're not United States born text messages that are coming to me.
Yeah, I get the text messages, and then I get the bot calls, filling up my voicemail. I don't even answer my phone. If you call me, you will not get through to me unless I've already saved your number.
Yeah.
So you're better off texting me and telling me who you are, so that I can save your name, or you won't get through to me.
Yeah.
I don't answer my phone hardly at all. I get more bot calls than I get real calls, so I just don't care. I mean, if I miss a couple business calls, usually those people will track me down. If they don't, oh well. Not like really out anything.
And I literally disabled everything from visual voicemail to my mailbox and everything. So you try to leave me a message, I hate digging through voicemails. I just absolutely despise them. So I got rid of it. You don't have the option to leave me a voicemail if you call me.
Yeah, I'm totally lazy about picking up my phone anymore. I was so annoyed with the bot calls. It's just like Hexo called me up and got my voice message, and he goes, well, I'm not a bot.
Yeah.
he's like, I heard that. And I was like, I don't answer my phone. Don't call me from a number that I don't recognize. You have to call me from your main number, or I'm not picking up. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Well,
Coffee texted me, and I was like, okay, and who is this? Because I didn't have his number saved. So I had to type it back in and save his number, because I mean, I've had it since since him and Gary came here, years back. But he texted me out of the blue, and I didn't know who it was. And he's like, it's Coffee. I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and save that then, so now that I can actually respond to you in the future.
That's also good. My phone is always in airplane mode.
I love it.
Just don't get a cell phone. Just keep it on Wi-Fi, and then you control where you can get phone calls.
Yeah,
you're like disconnected.
It's my business line, and I've had it for forever.
Yep, Motley. That's right.
Phone. Who this?
Who this?
But like I said, never. It's so weird. It's like, why do I even own this thing? You're almost like a slave to it in a way.
It's true. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. People really want to know, but they want you to come forward. They want you to confess. How many wallets of Zen have you burned, or have you minted?
0. I have never minted a single Zen.
You're willing to take a lie detector test on that one?
Absolutely. I've never minted a single Zen.
If anyone out there knows Johnny, the reason this is funny is because we know he hasn't done it. We know for a fact the guy has never even touched the stuff. He hasn't touched the dope.
It's funny because day one, I told people what it would do. And I told them, I made videos on it. I was making fun of it, and then I was told to ghost it, so I did. I had my say, and then I left it alone. I was right there with K4K, telling you guys the design sucks. It's reverse hex, and I had absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. Literally, it goes completely opposite against everything that you believe in hex and the things that are important. And I thought it was really interesting.
But you got to look at the silver lining. You have to look at the silver lining. If it actually, I think it's going to be too hard to cut out of the code to make sure the thing disappears when Pulse comes. So there's going to be copies on Pulse. And if the same people that are participating on Ethereum and all the other chains decide to participate with Zen on Pulse, we go deflationary faster with your PLS. So
well, I look at it this way. I've got a hammer. It does the job. I don't need another hammer.
Could it be too much though for the start of the network?
Clog it up already. It's already ETH levels.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Like all of a sudden, let's say there's like 1 million of ratio, but then all of a sudden it's like instead of 40 Gwei, be like, all right, it's like however many
they were
million
joking about it.
No, you can't. You can't, because
what would it happen in that case?
So the way I understand the Zen mechanics is you have to constantly dump to front run everybody else who can mint more, faster, or cheaper. But you cannot sell on PulseChain. So at least until the
bridges are in.
The bridges are in, or if you like gamble on, I'm gonna exchange it for another coin, you are kind of stuck on what you're printing. So
in dumping, that's how they dump the price on Uni.
I don't really want to talk too much about it. I just wanted to throw that out there with Johnny.
I got curious right now when you said that.
The way they're pumping the price right now is they've got like 3 or 4 other projects right now that you have to burn the supply to get these other coins. And that's why the price is pumping, is because people who didn't mint are buying it and they're burning it for other coins, not for Zen. They're not keeping it for Zen.
It's
but I was saying more like when it comes to the gas,
a few suckers that are pumping the price up.
There you go. That's what I was thinking more. Like it was like
you make a game,
in 2.0,
and then you
we
move
have like
it over to the next game,
validators,
and then you move it to the next game, and then you have to every time you have to put forward the coins that you had from the last game, and then there is like a few people that don't understand what's going on, and they're injecting the money, and all the people from the previous game are dumping on the new people.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to like if we talk just on our side, the network, not their product itself, but you know how it's every so often I do go and check on Etherscan, and they are 1, 2, or 3 when it comes to burning gas. But then it's like, let's say that there's 500,000 validators at 2.0, and then the Gwei over there we're seeing it at 30, 40, 50. What would that do if we only have 10, 20, 50,000 validators when we launch? Would that just pump our gas so much? Would it slow down the network this much? What would that do?
No, the transactions are still going to be at the same pace. It's not going to slow down the network. The only thing that a lot of transactions do is they compete for the gas price. So if there is more transactions than the normal usage, people start to fight for the space in the block. But I don't think we will fill up the blocks, especially since it doesn't make sense to print any Zen. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to sell it for?
Yeah, we got 10-second blocks. People are going to get tired of punching numbers. I'm telling you, they're going to get tired of punching it.
They clog it just enough.
There are not enough Zen users to affect the network. They'd like to think that they can with all their bot coins, but there are not enough Zen users to affect the network.
I did notice Brett, he seemed very confident, on his tweet, or at least his reply and all that stuff. So that was good.
I like the fact, great, he's the top 100 Google employee. That's great. A lot of those guys worked for me.
There you go. So my hope, I mean, I don't have any way to dictate this outcome. My hope is whatever liquidity is available on Pulse at the time of Zen is that's available at the time of PulseX launch. I'd really like to see all that Zen getting traded for Hex and pushing Hex up on the ratio side.
that'd be nice.
I would love to see that because I don't know how well that ecosystem will survive over there on the PulseChain. So I'd love to see that. Even if it doesn't amount to a hill of beans, it'd be better to, if it pushed the price up 1 cent because of ratios, that's fine with me. I'm cool with that.
I'll take that.
And to be honest, yeah, I like the delusional stuff. That's always fun. The Zen community is growing faster than the Hex community. Okay, where's your 150 dedicated streamers and personalities?
Ooh, good point.
Hello? Where is your 150 personalities? That's just delusional. I mean, look, you can say what you want, you know, and you can use what you want and you can do what you want. And I hope you make money and I hope you don't lose your ass. Okay? That's not the point. No one wants anybody to lose money. Nobody wants to get anyone.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to lose or get hurt.
Fair point.
Yeah. That's not why we're here. Did Jack light his Lamborghini on fire just to watch it burn?
Oh, that makes the meme even better, actually.
Because it'd be
I forgot
funny.
about that one.
Oh boy,
Because
yeah,
it'd
I
be
forgot
funny.
about that completely as well. I should make a Lamborghini out of that one.
Well, this has
And
been fun, guys.
anything can pump when it's dust, guys. Anything can pump when it's dust. It takes very little economic energy to make a false pump. You don't realize how much value is there until you go to sell. That's the reality.
Ooh, great point.
Those prices on
No
the chart
liquidity,
are
ton of
beautiful,
slippage.
guys, until you make that first sell. Do you not understand how rug pulls actually work? You know, when there's 6 trillion coins coming out on market and there's only $200,000 worth of liquidity, you better be the first to sell.
Yes, sir.
So, look, I'm talking about design here. I'm not talking about opinion or not liking anybody. I mean, I'm looking at the design. I said from the start, this thing is not designed to pump. It's designed to do a reverse 10,000x, and nobody listened. You know. So, whatever. I hope you make money at it. I hope you're able to time.
10 wallets you minted? Is that what you're telling me? Just only 10?
What,
come on, Johnny.
I didn't catch it.
Oh, I said, so only 10 wallets you minted then? Is that one?
Oh, no, I've never minted a Zen. I wouldn't wait. I told everybody take half. We were sub 3 cents, and I told everybody take half of your gas money that you were going to burn in Zen and put it in Hex, and that gas money would have been up 300%. So you would at least covered your gas losses if you would have done that. So, but I don't care, man. It's not my problem. It's not my money. I mean, look,
especially if that gas money, if you bought Hex at sub 2 cents and then we're able to sell it at 12 cents on the recent pump, you really would have made out well.
5, 6,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate all you guys. This has been a fun night. I'm glad I was able to catch you guys, especially you, Johnny. I was able to catch you last week. I'm so lucky. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you all for coming, and we out of here.